Greetings and welcome to Fright Night Flicks, where every night is Fright Night. With the release of M. Night Shyamalan's latest film, Trap, I thought it would be the perfect time to dive into his filmography and rank his films from my least favourite to favourite. However, I've had to exclude his directorial debut film, Prayer with Anger, from this list due to its limited release and difficulty in finding. So without further ado, let's explore the world of M. Night Shyamalan and get started with... At the bottom of this list is Shyamalan's 2006 film Lady in the Water. This attempt at crafting an original fairy tale falls short on many levels. The narrative feels disjointed and the dialogue lacks depth, often coming across as childish. The film's overall presentation feels bland and the acting is noticeably wooden. Adding to this the film's issues, Shyamalan's self-insertion as a pivotal character comes across as very pretentious.
Wow. That was weird.
It's particularly disappointing given that one of my favourite cinematographers, Christopher Doyle, renowned for his work with Wong Kar-wai, was behind the camera for this project. Coming in at 14th place is The Last Airbender, which stands out as one of the least successful adaptations of a beloved cartoon series. Although Andrew Leslie's cinematography, known for his work on the Lord of the Rings trilogy, brings some visual flair, it's not enough to salvage the film. Attempting to condense the rich narrative of the original series into a 2-hour film was an ambiguous yet ultimately flawed endeavour.
Not a great plan.
The cast feel misaligned with the characters from the show, and the visual effects and stunts are lacklustre at best. For a truly captivating experience, stick with the original cartoon, which far surpasses this colourful but disappointing adaptation. Next up at number 13 is The Happening, Shyamalan's foray into the disaster genre that unfortunately turned into a disaster itself.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
The film's plot is so forgettable that it's hard to recall the specifics of what happened. Despite my appreciation for both Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel, their performances here were disappointing, falling short of their usual standards. It's frustrating to see talented actors deliver lacklustre performances, and it's clear that this film missed the mark. The Happening feels like a forgettable misstep, and I can only hope that Shyamalan sees it this same way and moves past this cinematic blunder.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
At number 12, we have After Earth, a film where Shyamalan teamed up with Will Smith in an attempt to launch his son Jaden into stardom. Did it succeed? Unfortunately, no.
Not a great plan.
The film's writing often feels nonsensical, and the film's visual effects, despite being a 2013 release, looks outdated. Both Will Smith and Jaden's performances fail to bring the story to life, leaving the film lacking in believability. You couldn't even believe they were father and son in this movie. The collaboration between Shyamalan and a major star like Will Smith didn't pan out as hoped, resulting in a cinematic venture that crashed and burned spectacularly. Just missing the top 10 at 11th place is Old, a film that is hopefully the last of his weaker movies. Centering around a secluded beach that causes the characters to age rapidly, sounds like a solid film on paper, but is executed terribly. The cast features some talented performers, all feel like they're putting on their weakest performances, and the production design and technical levels feel too cheap, noticing some shots are used via green screen.
Wow, that was weird.
Out of all his endings, this one feels like the most in bad taste, giving off a message that I think feels a bit low even for Shyamalan. I'm just happy to see that he's made better films since this one. And kicking off the top 10 is Signs, Shyamalan's first foray into science fiction. The film introduces an intriguing premise with aliens leaving mysterious crop circles, but it unfolds more as a slow-paced drama focusing on a religious family rather than a fleshed-out alien invasion.
Man, that is flagrant false advertising.
The aliens themselves only make a significant appearance in the third act, which can be a letdown for those expecting more of a consistent sci-fi thrill. Additionally, the film's ending is somewhat unsatisfying and feels like a weak resolution to the story. But on a brighter note, Joaquin Phoenix delivers a stand-up performance, and his collaboration with Shyamalan will continue into their next project. And that is my number 9 pick, The Village, which marks Shyamalan and Joaquin Phoenix's second collaboration together. The film is centred around a seclusive village where the inhabitants live in constant fear of mysterious creatures lurking in the surrounding woods. On a technical level, the village showcases Shyamalan's directorial skills, and Roger Deakins delivering some stunning cinematography and James Newton Howard providing a memorable score. Despite these strengths, the story struggles to maintain engagement.
Not a great plan.
And the film's ending feels both predictable and disappointing. Additionally, even with a talented cast of actors, the performances often fade into the background, making it easy to forget these actors were even in the film.
Wow, that was weird.
At number 8 we have Glass, the concluding chapter of the East Rail 177 trilogy, which brings together David Dunn and Elijah Price from Unbreakable with Kevin Wendell Crumb and his many personalities from Split. The film's concept of merging these two stories together is intriguing and becomes increasingly engaging as the characters interact with one another. However, it's in the ending where Glass falls short, failing to live up to its grand potential and leaving some viewers disappointed.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
However, if you are a fan of both Unbreakable and Split, Glass is worth a watch to see how this trilogy wraps up. At number 7 we have M. Night Shyamalan's first mainstream film, Wide Awake, which isn't a thriller. It's a heartwarming drama following a 10-year-old boy on a quest for answers about life and death following the death of his beloved grandfather.
Man, that is flagrant false advertising.
Departing from his usual thriller genre, Wide Awake dives into deep themes with a poignant touch. The films feature stand-up performances from Dennis Leary, Rosie O'Donnell and Joseph Cross, making it a charming addition to Shyamalan's filmography. If you're looking for a break from his usual suspenseful fare, Wide Awake is a refreshing and heartwarming choice. Just missing the top 5 at number 6 is Unbreakable, the first instalment in the East Rail 177 trilogy. The film is a solid entry in Shyamalan's filmography, bolstering by strong performances from Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, as well as a visual style, score and direction. However, the story structure is a mixed bag. Whilst the first and third acts showcase some of Shyamalan's best work, the middle section can feel like a slog.
Not a great plan.
Although many critics and fans consider Unbreakable to be their favourite Shyamalan film, I found these other 5 films a bit more compelling. And kicking off the top 5 is The Visit, Shyamalan's unique take on the found footage genre. Normally I'm not a fan of found footage movies, but Shyamalan delivers a strong entry by skillfully blending horror and comedy together.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
The film's intriguing story builds up to one of the best endings Shyamalan has written, making it a standout in his filmography. The cast delivers fun and engaging performances, and the visual style adds an interesting layer to the experience. The Visit marks a turning point in Shyamalan's career, helping him regain his footing as a director and solidifying its place as one of his strongest films to date. And in 4th place is a film I've spoken about many times on this channel. It's Knock at the Cabin, a film I consider to be M. Night's true comeback. The film centres around a gay couple and their daughter who are held captive by 4 mysterious strangers, demanding that one of them sacrifices themselves to prevent the apocalypse. This gripping narrative holds your attention start to finish with stand-up performances, particularly from Dave Bautista, enhancing the tension. The film's visual style and M. Night Shyamalan's confident directing further enhances the experience. Knock at the Cabin marks the beginning of a brand new and exciting era for Shyamalan, establishing itself as one of the best films he's made in years. Before I dive into my top 3, I just wanted to remind you to hit that like button if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and drop me down a comment below your rankings on M. Night Shyamalan's films from your least favourite to favourite. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and smash that notification button so you don't miss a single scare. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook as well. Alright, that's enough for me. Let's get back to the list. Earning the bronze spot on this list is The Sixth Sense, Shyamalan's breakout film and the only film to earn him an Oscar nomination for Best Director. This iconic horror drama is unforgettable thanks to a compelling story, powerful performances, striking visuals and haunting score. Of course, the film's legendary twist ending has a lasting impact on audiences, solidifying its place in cinematic history. The Sixth Sense not only launched Shyamalan's career, but also gave him a blank cheque in Hollywood. Whilst it's unfortunate that he has created some flops since then, only two films surpassed The Sixth Sense in terms of his finest work. Which leads on to my silver pick on this list, Split. The second instalment in the Israel 177 trilogy, James McAvoy delivers a mesmerising performance as Kevin Wendeltram and his 23 discrete personalities, making this an intense thriller that stands out in Shyamalan's filmography. Shyamalan's writing and directing are top-notch, complemented by excellent cinematography, a haunting score, sharp editing, and a strong performance from Anya Taylor-Joy. Split is not only one of the best films Shyamalan has created, but also a brilliant and unexpected addition to the Israel 117 trilogy. Since my first viewing of this film, Split held the title of my favourite Shyamalan film until his most recent cinematic release claimed the top spot for me. And that movie is Trap! Is my new favourite M. Night Shyamalan film and takes the top spot on this list. The film's execution of its high concept premise centering on a serial killer trying to evade police capture whilst attending a concert with his daughter truly sets itself apart. Josh Hartnett delivers a brilliant lead performance, adding depth and intensity to the gripping storyline. The film's striking visuals, the inclusion of songs by Shyamalan's daughter Salika, and the relentless tension makes Trap a must-watch film for all thrill seekers. This film not only continues Shyamalan's recent streak of great films, but also cements his status as a filmmaking legend. And that is how I rank M. Night Shyamalan's films from my least favourite to favourite. Thank you all for joining me in today's video. This is probably the biggest video I've ever made in my life, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. But until then, stay spooky.